Lisbon from above is one thing, but Lisbon from in these streets, completely different. We swap the bus for something more local, jumping on one of the city's iconic trams, squeezing through impossibly narrow streets, climbing toward one of the best viewpoints in Lisbon, St. George's Castle.
After an incredible morning exploring Belém by bus, it was time to experience Lisbon a completely different way. We picked up a combo ticket from a small booth right on the edge of the square. Simple, quick, and it gave us access to both the yellow bus and the tram network. From there, we boarded one of Lisbon's famous hill trams. These aren't large, around 20 seats, and we were lucky enough to grab seats at the back, which turned out to be perfect for photos and video as the tram slowly made its way through the city. Almost immediately, the experience changes. The streets narrow dramatically. You're moving through Alfama, one of the oldest districts in Lisbon, where the tram feels like it's weaving through the buildings themselves. At times, it's tight enough you feel like you could reach out and touch the walls. As we climbed higher, we passed a mix of old and new, traditional mosaic-tiled pavements, modern storefronts, and colorful public murals that give this part of Lisbon its character. Along the way, you'll also notice vintage tourist cars and plenty of tuk-tuks, some even blasting music, including a few with full-on party vibes. Yes, we heard AC/DC echoing through the streets. One of the key landmarks along the route is Lisbon Cathedral, built in 1147, making it the oldest church in the city. It's not just a place of worship, it was also designed as a fortress, reflecting Lisbon's medieval past. From there, the climb continues until you reach one of the most important stops in Lisbon, St. George's Castle. Sitting at the highest point in the city, this historic fortress dates back to at least the 11th century. Originally built by the Moors, who controlled Lisbon before it was captured by Christian forces in 1147 during the Second Crusade. What you see today is remarkably well preserved. The castle's stone walls, towers, and defensive ramparts still stand strong, and you can actually walk along them, giving you a true sense of how this fortress once protected the city. From these elevated walls, the views stretch across Lisbon's rooftops and out to the Tagus River, easily one of the best panoramic viewpoints anywhere in the city. For centuries, this wasn't just a military stronghold, it was also royal residence. Portuguese kings lived here until the early 16th century, when the royal court eventually moved closer to the river. The last king to reside here was King Manuel I, before relocating to what is now the Ribeira Palace area. St. George himself is the patron saint of Portugal, and historically also the patron saint of England, symbolizing the long-standing alliance between the two nations. We stopped for lunch right at the castle at a restaurant called 1147 Lisboa, a perfect spot to take in the surroundings and reset before heading back. After exploring, we made our way to the nearest tram stop for the return journey. And this is where things changed again. The tram heading back down, packed, standing room only. So, timing matters. One thing to know, your combo ticket doesn't just cover this route. You can hop on other yellow buses and trams throughout the city, which makes it a very flexible option. A couple of practical tips: wear comfortable shoes. Runners are ideal. These streets are steep, cobbled, and can be slippery. Start early if you can. Lisbon heats up quickly and crowds build fast. And finally, be mindful of your belongings. Pickpocketing can be an issue here, especially on busy routes like Tram 28. But overall, this is not just a ride. It's one of the most authentic ways to experience Lisbon.